When I was younger, right, I was teased for being too white. I mean, I talked too proper, from the way that I dressed to the way that I was, to the way that things that I was interested in, my friend groups. So, I'm used to not being one of them. Some of y'all are too. I had values instilled in me at an early age, mainly through action. For my grandmother, especially, much more verbal with me than anybody else. But the values were instilled at a very young age. And then I believe that I have a natural calling and inclination to a certain way of being. I was drawn to this person, like these types of people and this way of being. And when I was younger, I didn't know that it was a good thing. I thought it was actually a bad thing, because among other Black people, this was so unacceptable. So from a very young age, you still using those tactics unconsciously, because they get it from their parents. The kids are using these tactics of rejecting you if you don't recite, if you don't behave the way that they do. Now, as we become adults, the way of being, or the things that you say and believe, become more clarified and complex as we get older. But this shows up when you're very young. And that was very not Black. Black people are the only group, Black women, especially. Black men have it too. I want to talk about women because they have the most issues out of all the people that have the issues. Black women have the support of a massive group that participates in ratchet behavior and ratchet thinking. A massive group. Now, white, Asian, and Hispanic clients, they got ratchet people, but they don't have a massive support system of ratchets. They don't have the same support. That makes a huge difference. Because if you're going to be ratchet and Asian, especially, if you're going to be ratchet and Hispanic, if you're going to be ratchet and white, you can do that, but they don't have a safe space for you. You can do that, but you had to go away from the group to do that. They don't house you. They don't nurture that. The big groups of the other groups rejects it. The Black community, the massive group, accepts it and nurtures it. It's totally backwards. Rather than sending the ratchets away, the massive Black groups bring the ratchets. There's a safe space for them. Other groups don't have that. So it helps Black women to continue the behaviors. When they're confronted, you look like the minority because you are the minority that confronts that culture, that is counter Black culture. When you confront it, you're the minority and they're the majority. This is the only group, this is the culture where the ratchets, the ghetto, has the power socially. The nerds, the high value minded people. When I'm talking about high values, I'm talking about pro-social values. I'm talking about generosity, respect, honor, faithfulness, kindness. I'm talking about community. I'm talking about high values, your way of being. So the people like us, we in the Black community are the rejects. In other groups, though, they're the rejects. In other groups, the ratchets are the rejects. In other groups, that's for entertainment for them. They go home doing the right thing. Feel me? In other groups, the smart people are elevated because they know you're the key to our progress. In our group, the smart ones are rejected and they think you trying to oppress them. It's interesting. You're so backwards. You think we trying to oppress you. We trying to free you. You're trying to be such an individual. You don't know how to be together. You think we want to crush your individuality. No, we just trying to be a family. Come on. So it's the only group where the ghettos, the ratchets, got the power. Well, folks, it's about time that we flip the scales. Because you know what the reality is? We really are the ones. This is a call to action, I think. We really are the ones that have the power. We're really the ones that have the progress. We're really the ones that have the right mindset. We got to stop worrying about them and understand that we got to separate. I've been saying that, but it's time now. It's time now. It's time now. We got to separate. It looks on the outside like they're the ones that got the power because they're the ones that got the ears and the eyes on them. But it's really the ones like us. It's really the ones like us. So we're the minority of the black group. But we really got the most power because we got the right mind. Don't be confused. We need to stop being confused about that. The numbers don't matter nearly as much. As in they got big numbers, y'all, but we actually have we got big brain. And some of us it's not IQ, and I'm not even trying to be shady. IQ is not everybody's strength, but that's heart and it's spirit, and it's your spirit is aligned in the right direction. You don't got to be an engineer, right? But your spirit is aligned with the higher values. And those are the people that make the progress in society. The ratchets drown. But the thing is, we keep lifting them up and we keep giving them attention. We keep giving them energy and we're keeping them afloat. We are keeping them afloat. They can't do it on their own. Do you hear me? They can't do it on their own. We fund that. We click that. We look at that. And then we don't think that there's enough of us to really do anything. But the reality is a little bit of us goes a longer way than a whole lot of them.